So, in our last class, we discussed this shloka. We were discussing about that in human society, for human society, Lord has created 4 divisions, which is called Varnashram. So, there are 4 divisions of this in which humans can perform their activities accordingly. So, those 4 ashrams are Varnashram. 4 divisions are Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Brahmans are the ones who studies Vedas, who studies scriptures. Kshatriyas are the one who protect other people, like military men, etc. Vaishyas are the businessmen, and Shudras are they're like servants, caretakers. So these are the 4 categories. So anyone who is behaving in any behavior, it is because he is influenced by the 3 modes of material nature. So if you will see anyone who might be shouting, it is because he is influenced by the mode of passion. If he is shouting on anyone or whatever, like if anyone is behaving very politely, he's behaving very nicely, then it is because of his influence of the mode of goodness. And anyone who is very lethargic, he's so lazy, he just want to sleep, he just want to only eat, etc., etc., it is because of his mode of ignorance. So people are influenced by these 3 modes of material nature. So one should understand that they are not behaving independently. They are also helpless to behave like that. So now we are understanding this thing, then we might not get disturbed with other people's behavior. Because in whatever way they are behaving, they are also helpless to behave like that. Because they are influenced by these modes of nature. So one should not get disturbed. One may see this thing clearly that he is influenced by the modes of nature. That's why he is behaving like that, which is true. All right. We also discussed this thing that we transcend immediately the movement, we do something in service of Lord. We are in transcendental state at that time, beyond all the material natures, material modes of material nature. All right. So let's discuss. As soon as we become situated in Krishna consciousness, we become transcendental to the modes of material nature immediately. Now we will discuss this shloka today. We'll try to recite this. Mam cha yo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samitityetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. मां च यो व्यभिचारेण भक्तियोगेन सेवते सगुणान् समतीत्येतान् ब्रह्म भूयाय कल्पते. One who engages in full devotional service, who does not fall down in any circumstance, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Brahma. Bhagavad Gita 14.26. So, one should understand this thing that provoking situations will always come in life. It comes in devotees' life as well. So, We should take them as a test, which is true also. You will see sometimes devotees also, they also get sick, or provoking situations, many provoking situations comes in their life. Maybe sometimes their loved ones only, they only behave very bad with them, just opposite, they behave very strange. So one should take it as a test. These are tests only. We should always remember this thing, that these things will come and go. But then also, we have to be fixed in our devotional services. This is what Krishna is telling in Gita, that one, like whatever happens, whatever, no matter what happens in life, but one should always keep engaging himself in devotional service of Lord completely. Completely, of course, we can't do 24 hours. We are not doing it, at least now. But whatever we do daily, our 16 rounds, hearing katha, consuming prasadam, and all the other devotional services, we should try to do it every single day. No cheat days. Or we should not think of skipping it even a single day. Thus, one who is engaged in Krishna conscious activity is at once elevated to the transcendental position. By nature, we are not matter, but Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. The philosophy of Shankaracharya is mainly based on the principle that we should not think that we are products of this material nature. So, this we have studied many times, that we are not this matter, we are not this body is just a dead matter. But we are spiritual soul. Aham Brahmasmi. I am a spiritual spark. So, okay, right now we are discussing this thing, we are accepting this thing in theory. But later, as we progress in our spiritual life, as one gets elevated to the transcendental position, he actually realized this thing, that I am a spiritual soul. Aham Brahmasmi. I am not this matter. Right now, we are accepting this in theory, but we are not realizing, we haven't realized it yet. But then also, you will see, even we are accepting it in theory, then also it is helping us very much. Is it not? You just think now, earlier when we used to identify ourselves as body, like we were completely engrossed that we are this body, and whatever we have to do it for the sake of pleasing this dead matter. Always sense gratification. We were not thinking about, even we were not caring about the existence of Lord, that do Lord even exist or not. But now, as we are hearing scriptures, we are accepting it in theory. Even if we are accepting it in theory, then also it is helping us very much. Like, let me tell one thing regarding this. There were two women in foreign country, and His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was preaching. So he preached this, that we are not this body, and those women, they were very fat. Their body size was like, they were very fat. So when they, those women, when they heard this thing, that we are not this body, we are soul, so they were like, oh, that's a relief, that we are not this body. And this is like actual. When we came to know that we are not this body, and we actually started doing something for our soul, then we already feel so much relief. isn't it? We do not feel upset often. We used to feel upset often before, but now it doesn't happen like this. Even if our any of our relatives they leave their body also, then also we are very much aware of this thing that we are not this body, no one has died, it's just they have left their bodies. So it's really a big relief, even though we haven't realized it yet. But then also, even accepting things theoretically and following practically in our lives, it is a great relief. So the philosophy of Shankaracharya is mainly based on the principle that we should not think that we are products of this material nature. It is by some unfortunate accident that we are in contact with material nature. Actually, our nature is that of spirit, Brahman, and that nature has to be invoked. So definitely it is an unfortune only that we are here in this material world. This material life is a diseased condition. When we are situated in Brahman, we are in our healthy condition. That healthy Brahman condition is immediately attained as soon as we engaged ourselves 100% in Krishna consciousness. So, see how it is an unfortunate. Just like you will see any man, he has a very big house, very nice big house. His actual property is he has a big house, very nice house where he can live. But instead of that big house, now he have been like he have been told that you just get out of this house and you just go and live in a village, in a very small uh, hut hut types. No any comfortable things, no big house. You go and live in a hut. So it will be his unfortunate only that he is the actual proprietor of a big house. I'm telling this for the sake of an example. He's actual proprietor of a big house, but he is told to live in a hut, in a village. So he actually met with an unfortunate accident that instead of living in a nice big house, which is his actual house, he's living in a small hut. So, same is our condition that instead of living in spiritual world with our Lord, we are here in this material world and we are struggling so hard for unnecessary things. So, this is not our real home. But you will see people are so much engrossed here. They are just so much into we want to make big houses, we want to do this, we want to do that. But this is not our real home. Our real home is spiritual world, abode of Lord Krishna, where we can actually live and we can actually serve Krishna. Today one person was saying that who have seen what will happen in future or what have happened in past, but you may realize this thing, devotees who are performing, who are practicing their devotional services on the daily basis, they can actually observe this thing that in this lifetime only our life have become so much easy. Any person who is like, if any person is struggling so much in this life, struggling means that he is suffering so much because of course he is not doing bhakti, he's suffering so much because of his bad karmas. So it is for sure we can we can estimate this thing that his future will also be something like this only, because he is not doing any good karma, he is just engaging himself in bad karma only. So same way, if devotees, they are serving Lord, so in this life only they can actually see this, that right now also we are like, we feel so much happiness, we experience so much satisfaction. So right now also, if we are experiencing these amazing things, then what to say of future? Future will be definitely very bright, this is for sure. If you're not understanding with this also, let's understand this with another example. Suppose in school, students studies, so teacher take class test of students. So if any student, he gave test, class test, and after test he will get score. So from his present score, it will be estimated, it can be estimated that how will he score in his actual exam. Right now in class test only, if he is scoring very nice, then in his actual exam he will definitely score very good. So it is same like this only. So one should not think like this, that who have seen future, what will happen in future, or whatever have happened in our past lives, who have seen that. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. We can very much observe, we can very much see this thing, we can very much experience this thing, that if whatever we are following, if our lives have become so much easy right now also, then definitely our future will be bright, and devotees future is definitely bright, no doubt in that. Have you ever thought of this thing, that right now also it's not like we are doing our devotional services very nicely, we are like so much engrossed in our chanting or whatever other services we are doing, but then also Krishna is revealing to us, Krishna is reciprocating with us. Even though we are not doing our devotional services very nicely, but then also, then what to say when we will progress in our spiritual life, and like every day, whatever devotional services we are doing, we are progressing only. We are going one step closer to Krishna. So, if right now also Krishna is reciprocating with us very much, Krishna is taking care, Krishna is loving us so much, then what to say of future? He will definitely take us back to Him. So, devotees should observe these things. These are really amazing. So, yes, in material life, we are actually diseased. This is our diseased condition, that instead of realizing this thing that we are not this body, we are soul, we are so much engrossed in this body. This is actually our diseased condition. This is not our healthy condition. But when we are situated in Brahman, we are in our healthy condition. That healthy Brahman condition is immediately attained as soon as we engage ourselves 100% in Krishna consciousness. And you can see this thing also, that we started from, let's say, 1%. But now, if you will see, are you at the same stage, or have you progressed? Definitely, we have progressed. Right now, also, like Prabhuji's class was not there, so I just uh, notified this thing in group, that let's chant. If there is no class, so what? We can chant, and you will see devotees came. That okay, we'll chant. So you can see that uh, this state was not earlier. We were not doing this earlier. Earlier, we were even struggling We were even struggling to chant 16 rounds. That how will we chant 16 rounds? We started from 1, 2 rounds only. But now we have done our 16 rounds and we are eager to chant more extra rounds. So we are actually progressing. So this diseased condition is getting more and more, it is minimizing, if we say. So yes, we engage ourselves, as soon as we engage ourselves 100% in Krishna consciousness. So okay, this is true that we are not 100% in Krishna consciousness right now, but still it's not like we are only 1%. By time we are progressing. Nature, through the rendering of service unto Krishna, what is our status? Do we become zero? Now, this one is another topic of Shunyavadis. Now, what is their philosophies? They think that uh, after getting free from this material world, we will be we will become zero. Zero means nothing. You only tell me when I'm saying zero, then are you able to imagine any form in your mind? You can imagine zero, but you can't imagine any form or any other thing. So, what does that mean? It is not like this that if we are rendering services unto Krishna, then one stage, we will become zero. It is not like that at all. See, when we transcend material nature through the rendering of service unto Krishna, what is our status? Do we become zero? Some philosophies maintain that our liberation from material life after the nirvana of this material body, we become zero, void. Means once we will get liberate from this material world, this material life, then we will become zero. Zero means nothing, void. Now that is actually dangerous theory. Can you just imagine this thing? Zero means you are actually, what to say? Zero means you are deleting your state. You're just removing yourself. Removing means, let's say, you are you are killing your own existence. Let's understand. See, by nature, the living entity is not attracted to zero. Never. Zero means nothing. We are not attracted to nothing. We always need something. We can never get attracted to nothing or zero. We may be diseased and suffering from so many elements, but if our doctor comes and says, "Let me finish your ailments by killing you," we will immediately say, "No, no, better let me suffer from the disease." So, see, now are you getting this thing? That any philosopher, if any philosopher, he is saying that once we will get liberate from this material world, then we will become zero. That means he is saying that we will kill our own existence. Just like Prabhupada ji has explained this with this amazing example here, that if we became diseased, if we are suffering from any disease, that can be any dangerous disease, let's say diabetes or anything. But if our doctor tells us that, okay, I will, you will get relief from your diseases, but what solution is he giving us? That your sufferings will be finished when I will kill you. See, let me finish your ailments by killing you. So that person will immediately say that no, no, better I will suffer from this disease, but I don't want to die. Now, this is very striking point and very important point also, that even you will see people might be suffering, but then also they don't want to die. Is it not? Even a small child, he might not know the definition of death, but then also he also afraid of death, that I don't want to die. Let me give you an example to make you understand this. Like when I was in my, let's say, 16 or 17, when I was at that age, so I was holding a baby in my hand. And just for the sake of fun only, I was just, I was just scaring that child that, oh, I will, I will fall you from my hands and you will fall on the ground. So that child was scaring. He was just holding me very tight. So you see, he was also scaring that, oh, if I will get fall, I might get hurt and I may die. Even though he might not know the definition of death, but then also he was afraiding. He was scaring. So no one wants to die. So now see how frightening is this, that these philosophers who preaches like this, that after getting liberation from this material world, we will become zero. Means becoming zero means we do not want to be killed just to end our miseries. Thus the theory that after material life there is void is not at all attractive. This is not true. Even though they might be thinking like this, that we will become zero, but this is not actually possible. So this is one thing. Thus the theory that after material life there is void is not at all attractive, nor is it a fact, nor is it a fact. So this is not true. All right, now we will continue this discussion in our next class if Krishna is ready. We will stop here now. श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रमानंदे, हरि बोल, हरे कृष्णा.